Hello, everybody. I'm Johnny Scoville, and this is Chase the Heat. Kind of a somber time today. Lost a good friend of ours in the Chilli community, Rondo Man. I met him been a friend of mine for a couple of years. Met him personally the first time for the only time, in Chicago, and he died. I think he died today. I just learned of it today. So I don't want it to be about me, but say, hey, Jeremy. Hey, Jimmy Pickles. I'll say some prayers for Rondo Man's family. And I was kind of bummed out. And when I'm bummed out, what do you want to do when you're bummed out? You want to get with your family. So that's the reason I'm live right now. Maybe you guys can cheer me up. Maybe I can cheer you guys up. I know, right? Can't believe it. It's really weird. I'm tired of losing friends. I'm tired of having to go through Messenger, listen to conversations. Thank God for Messenger, though. You can hear people's voices after, you know. But definitely a downer. Jimmy Pickles. I need some of those Primatali seeds. So I need to get some of those. Thank you, Jeremy. Jeremy, your tolerance. Been watching some of your videos. Your tolerance is going up. Cheers. I'm sorry, Chris, to hear your loss, man. It's hard. Yeah, I'm Artie. Hi, Furianga. Thanks for joining. We're just going to hang out and kind of talk a little bit. Don't really have anything to eat. Didn't really bring anything to eat. Plus some sparkling water. Demon Ritos, official. Cheers. Thanks for hanging out. So let's talk about something. I wish every day do something nice for someone else. Love life. Boy, how about that? Fireball kind of night. Good. Be safe and don't drive. It's interesting. I stopped drinking. Let me see how many days it's been. 146 days ago, I stopped drinking. Drinking a lot of this. I feel better, actually, believe it or not. But just be careful driving. I don't have a problem with people who drink. In fact, I like being around people who are having a few, but just be careful. Excuse me. Yeah, you know what? Listen, we're going to have a good time here. Hi, Desiree. We're just going to shoot the breeze a little bit. Here we go. Let's talk about something fun. Johnny Jr. is joining me in 20 days. Hopefully you'll log on and be a part of this, be a part of our video here. Hi, Mark. Good to see you. Johnny Jr. Speak of the devil. Since they're listening and you're listening, we're working on some really cool videos right now. We're doing a best of. Yeah, in 20 days, he's plane ticket. He will be here. And then we're starting the channel full time with him being a part of it full time. It only makes sense. He's the one who he was with me when I started it. But anyway, he's going to be we're doing some best of videos, which are just really funny best of clips, little snippets of funny moments, interesting moments. And we're going to do a couple. His editing skills to my zero editing skills gives us the opportunity to do some fun things. I have hours and hours of bloopers. It's funny. I think sometimes people in different countries don't get bloopers. because a few times I've uploaded them, I get like a lot of downvotes, like people making comments like, "Hey, what happened here?" I'm like, it's a blooper. It's kind of the idea. Hi, Sherry McMillan. Good to see you. Thanks for joining us. So, Junior, are you working on those? Tell me you're working on the project we were working on. Oh, Sherry, thank you so much. I appreciate that. You know what's really interesting? And I don't want to get on YouTube's bad side because I love YouTube. YouTube's really wonderful. But YouTube takes 30% of all super chat donations. You know what I mean? So if somebody donates $100, $30 of that goes to YouTube. They're pimping me out, sort of. So part of, and I thought it was 3%, believe it or not. You figure I would know, right? Anyhow, if somebody is motivated to make a donation, I think the best bet is to do it to my PayPal, because that goes straight to me immediately, and they don't, PayPal isn't trying to milk me for everything they could milk me for. You know what I mean? So if you guys have an inclination to do that, I don't want, maybe if it is a big percentage, you're right. And let's keep the language. I understand your passion. This is a family show. Sometimes I forget to remind people, but it is definitely a family show. Oh, by the way, you know what? So keep it family friendly. There's certain things we don't talk about. We don't talk about divisive stuff like politics and religion and things like that. We talk about other things. This is, in fact, this is. Hey, I'm good to see you. This is where everybody comes for their escape, to get away from all the craziness. So, but anyway, if you guys want to do a donation, I can't do Patreon, and the reason I can't do Patreon, I actually have a Patreon account. Remember, Junior, we set that up. But I don't do Patreon because I feel guilty saying you have to pay to watch. That I can't do that. If somebody is motivated, they want to make a donation or something, that's awesome. They can go to my PayPal or something like that. But I can't say you have to pay to watch, even if it's only $1 or whatever, $5 or whatever, however it is. I still can't do that. Yeah, I've heard the surge before. I get that a lot. I've been getting Scott Ian from Anthrax a lot lately. My son says, hi, we love the channel. Esco317. Looks like a phone number. Hello, thank you guys for watching. That's kind of cool. So, yeah, you think if YouTube were like to monitor and watch this video, they get mad at me for saying to not give through Super Chat? They might, because I'm only a drop in the bucket. Think of all the people that are doing that, how much money they make daily. So I don't want to get them mad at me. But Junior, let's see, nephew Scoville is working today, so he can't be around. By the way, a little update on my dad. He had a good day today, so we're kind of excited about that. Good evening, Rockstar. Love the channel. Is there a Rockstar here? Nathaniel King? Oh, Junior's here. My son's a Rockstar. Hey, speaking of Junior, hi, Daniel Jr. from Indianapolis. Good to see you. Thank you, Alan. Yeah, we're kind of excited. It was a good day. So I'm one bad dude. Nah, I'm a pussycat. Corey Peterson, thumbs up from Winnipeg, Manitoba. Boy, that's up north, eh? Chili Sid's here. Good to see you, Chili Sid. Let's see here. Anybody have any questions? Did your dad go home today, brother? No. Maybe tomorrow. But, he's right now, with the way we look at it, he's in the best place he can be. Look, pneumonia punches people's tickets all the time, especially when you're older. So listen, here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to cut some of this off. Maybe not tonight, but the next live video. I'm thinking about cutting like this much off. Just getting a little carried away, Appreciate your prayer, Sherry. Thank you. Yeah, Fury Anga. Dynamite bottle, 3 million. I drank the whole bottle. 3 million. Are you talking about flashbang? I think that's what you may be talking about. That stuff is actually pretty good. I like that. Why am I cutting any off? What do you mean? Do you mean Not sure what you mean, Alan. Should diet pink, a little dime bag, right? Don't cut it. Oh, cut it. I follow you. I'm sorry. Sorry, Alan. Why am I cutting any of it off? Because it's just getting long, man. I'm getting weird looks from people. Go to church, people. I actually had a woman at church. No joke. True story, Alan. I went to. I was in church, and a woman was sitting in front of me, probably 80 years old. Leaned back, sees me there, but we don't know each other. Leans back and grabs it and goes, "What's this?" So I'm just getting looks, you know. Desiree's all about cutting that thing off. She's like, "Cut that thing back." But sometimes I get a weird look from somebody. Like it's happened to me a couple times. I'm in an airport. I get recognized in airports more than any place else. And somebody's giving me a weird look, and right when I'm about to say, like, "Oh man," they think I'm a weirdo. They're like, "You're Johnny Scoville, right?" I'm like, so sometimes that's why I get weird looks. But Mark R, love the channel. Thank you. Watches with his family. It's awesome. Wife, 2 daughters. They know who I am. Started way back when I had the grenade. I think you mean that's the flashbang. That was way back. That was years ago. When was the last time I was clean shaven? Man, I don't remember. You mean like everything? Like my head and my face? Desiree, do you remember the last time? She could probably tell you. It's been. Here's how it started. You know, women can change their hair and their outfits and just everything. I don't change anything. And I was going bald anyway, so I was like, I'm not the kind of guy who's gonna like, you know, go out slowly. I'm like, I'll go out my terms. I shaved my head. And I really, really like the look of it. So I had then I had to go. Then I was like, the only thing a guy can do really is like play with a facial hair. I didn't want a full-on beard, so I started to go a regular goatee because I was the manager of an office. I had a bunch of people that worked that Lou Wall. Good to see you, dude. I had a bunch of people that worked for me, so I had a normal goatee. Then one day they said, "We're doing away with the office. Everybody goes home. We don't need you as a manager anymore." Sort of bummed out because it was fun managing. Sort of a drag too because it was like adult babysitting, you know. But I went home and worked from home. Then I was like, since I work from home, I don't have to worry about it. So I started to grow to a point. It was just done like to there, like literally just to there. And I was like, I wonder if I can go a little longer, And then right about here, I started the channel. And, you know, and all the reviews, I didn't tell anybody this either. It's kind of just happened. But when I first started, for a review, I just had a single braid. And I couldn't even braid it back then. I would just twist it up and then rubber band it. But if it was a challenge, one day I did a challenge. I was like, I fork it. So I forked it. And if it's a really bad challenge, I did it in 3. So now I got to keep it, you know? It's kind of my look. What music am I into right now? Top 3 bands. It's really not a right now sort of thing. It's kind of just always. Doesn't usually change a lot. I really couldn't narrow down to 3. I really like Pantera a lot. Like Slipknot. Like Slayer. Like Metallica, believe it or not. Is your show still happening? Johnny, is your show still happening? Do you mean the documentary? Indeed, it is. The documentary will be released in 2020. Can't wait for that. It's going to be fun. Should be good. It definitely is going to get a lot more attention. Our family's going to grow. There's no 2 ways about that. Guns N' Roses, yeah. That Kay Miller, that's a dude I've grown up with. Desiree and I have known him since I was a child. And he is kind of the back scenes of my channel. I couldn't really do it without him. He's on my PayPal, so you'll see that. But that's who he is. Someday he'll be on the show at some point. I can't imagine he won't be. Don't you think, Desiree, at some point he'll be on? I'd imagine at some point. Speaking of being on the show soon, Tommy is looking to be on the show soon, which will be fun. Hold a competition. The winner gets to decide what color you dye your beard. You know, it's funny. For the last 3 4th of Julys, I've been wanting to do the red, white, and blue. Got the white covered. Don't need any help there. Just dye one red, and then you can do that. Pink. Johnny Jr. says pink. Harmony, my man. Thank you for asking. Papa Scoville had a good day today. It was a good day. I think he's probably going to be released from the hospital tomorrow. We're hoping. Thank you for asking. I appreciate it a lot. How long did it take to get my goatee that long? I don't know. I trim it a lot. In my room, I have like 3 of these, like from here down, like little clips. I get rid of them. You know, so it's always being trimmed. So if I never trimmed it, it'd be down to my waist by now. Nathaniel King last night had a labor party. Broke out a tube of terror. 1 nut to 8 people. Not a good idea. All non-Chiliads. Wow, yep. That'll wreck their evening. Hope you filmed it. That would have been funny to watch. How was it when I battled the UK Chili Queen? She was savage. She's amazing. She just ate 52 Reapers. You guys understand that? She's crazy. I'm thinking about doing a severe challenge. I got to do something crazy for the 50,000, which is coming right up. Junior, you know what's going to be fun? Milestone challenges with Junior, because he's going to be doing them as well. Should make it fun. Never been to Finland. Been in a sauna. Never been to Finland. I'd like to go to Finland. I think that'd be kind of cool. Joe W., good to see you. Tubes are still available, guys, at johnnyscoville.com. You can check them out. Yeah, man, the guy that makes the blue cheese sauce does not have a regular website. It's only Facebook right now. But I'm telling you something. Lean into the pitch. Do what you got to do to get some of those. They are amazing. It's best sauce on wings. I can't fathom anything else. I mean, I'm going to talk to him. You know what? I'm going to talk to him. You guys know I'm starting Johnny Scoville's Family Reserve. I was thinking about creating something similar. I don't want to rip him off, but there's nothing like that made in America, and he's not going to really be importing it to America. I was thinking about making something like that for my company. We'll see. Do I ever do pranks with heat? No, it's a funny thing. I'm actually kind of weird about that, and here's why. The reason I started the channel was to grow the chili community, get more people eating peppers. And I think a lot of times it's called one trial learning, psychologists call it. But you give somebody who's not expecting it something super, super hot, and they're never going to eat anything hot ever again. And then somebody that could have been loving the heat and being a part of this cool family is going to be like, have a bad feeling about us. You know what I mean? So I'm not really into that. Plus, the thing about it is pods are getting scary enough. It's not so much the pods you can't really prank somebody that badly with a pod, because they can smell it before they ever eat it and just look at it. And you can tell something was really gnarly about that. So it's kind of hard to prank somebody with a pod. But you can with things like chocolate or peanuts. You know what I mean? You can really prank people bad with peanuts. Because if you're non-chili at one peanut, like Nathaniel said, one peanut can do a number on you. So I don't want to hurt anybody. You know what I mean? But that said, I've seen some very funny videos where people have got pranked, but I snicker to myself and I feel guilty about laughing about it. But really, it's not a good thing. I read about a guy at a company in Houston when I first moved to Houston. They were pranking his buddy and stuck a habanero in somebody's lunch, and the guy had a reaction to it and died. So Johnny Jr. asking Dad a question: am I ever going to do the 5-tipped beard? Well, you know what we're doing for 100,000, right? We've talked about that. That would be worthy of 5 tips, don't you think? In fact, we've got some time. You need to start growing a beard, baby. You can grow a little one out of here, a little Johnny Jr. goatee, because that's going to be a good one. We got some really cool plans with some really neat ones. Neat challenges coming up. Favorite movies? I'm sorry, Danicus. Things fly by me really fast. I can't get them all. My favorite movies. There's some. Okay, Oh Brother, Where Art Thou? Tombstone. The Outlaw Josie Wales. The first Blade Runner. You know what I mean? The Big Lebowski. there are some classics like that. So, you know, that's kind of what I'm into. Those are great movies. I could watch those over and over again. Goodfellas. You know, I get on a plane. I never watch movies. The only time I ever watch movies are on planes. And I never watch them on short trips because they don't really even offer planes domestically, or they don't offer you movies on domestic flights. But like the last one, coming back or going to Manila, in fact, you know what I did? I started on the way back. I started watching all 3 of the Lord of the Rings. I got through 2.5 of them. I just couldn't watch anymore. I do play guitar, mostly metal. Thank you. Big Lebowski's awesome. Hannah, I love you. My Hannah, good to see you. Thank you for joining us. It's kind of cool. Did you have a great time in Manila? Did you tell me that? I just got back from my second trip there. Ate some very, very interesting stuff. Had beef and chicken intestine. And I can't tell you how good it was. Dominican Republican, Johnny, you're the best. Thank you, Julian. Appreciate you saying that. Spicy Mitchell, any advice for a new spicy channel? Yep, sure do. Here's my advice. Have fun. Okay, if you have fun, and you got to do it because you want to do it. The best advice in the world is this. If you start the channel as a hobby, you're never going to be disappointed because it'll grow as a hobby. Have fun. You're doing it because you love it. Anything that you love, it pays off, right? So, because the reason I say that, if you do it with the idea, fish balls, and girl, I bet they were delicious, right? I bet they were delicious. But if you do this and you're like, I want to get rich doing YouTube, then you're going to have such a horrible experience because you're not going to make any money. Your YouTube fame grows. You get a lot bigger in size way before money comes around. So number one, have fun. If you're having fun making videos, people have fun watching. Be yourself. Don't try to be anybody else. Just be yourself. And push yourself. You know what I mean? I mean, you got to decide how you want to do it. You have to decide if you want to do, you know, some people have said I should only look. People come for the challenge. I've had someone post this. I come for the challenges. I stay for the reviews. A lot of people. Thank you, Junior. A lot of people. Well, I was saying, man. See, I start reading things. Oh yeah, when you're doing something live, don't read comments while you're thinking of something because it'll take you off track. Speaking of going live, here's a really important thing. I maximum fearless, yes. Hot ones. Oh, that the hot ones thing again. Maybe someday. But what I would say is this: make videos, upload them for a while before you go live. I think people like I did 2 months of videos. 2 months. I've been making videos every day. 2 months of videos before I ever went live. And even now, if you look back, like nothing's changed with the channel. We don't talk about the things we never talk. The rules haven't changed. No one really breaks them. Everybody kind of gets it. We have an amazing, tight family. The only thing that's changed, other than the size of the family, is I'm just a little bit more comfortable in front of the camera, and that's it. So, yeah, that's the other thing that Junior just added. We made it family friendly for everybody to see. You got he's talking about previous stuff. Make sure you keep it family friendly in your comments. But that brings up a good point, though, Spicy Mitchell. Keep it family friendly is a good thing because more people can watch. Do you know what I'm saying? The first week I started the channel, one video I uploaded, a buddy of mine said, "You gotta cut loose and swear and get kind of crazy." I'm like, man, my kids will watch this. You know, don't worry about apologizing, Chris. We're all good. We're no problem. A lot of people don't know the rules. I don't listen. Hear the honks? That's the Doppler effect with Canadian geese. You guys, you know that geese fly south for the winter. Well, this is the South. Demon Ritos official. Johnny, how many views do you get regularly? 50 viewers. Dang. We did a live stream, a 26-hour live stream a month ago, right, Desiree? And I don't think we had over 100 almost the entire 26 hours. Like between 3 and like 5, that really lonely, dark stretch. That's what it's you start getting the fatigue starts hitting in. I think we went as low as 65 or 70. But you know, I was hold on, Jesse Jones. I'm your biggest fan, Vermont. Where in Vermont are you from, Jesse Jones? Because they're probably still talking about me there. Maybe. Furianga, anyway, got to go to sleep now. 3:55 in Finland. Man, oh man, I want to come visit sometime. Always a pleasure to watch your live streams. Keep the spirit high, Mr. Overburn. Much love, Fury. Thank you for watching. Get some rest. Thanks for being there. It's late there, dude. West Haven. Man, West Haven. I'm trying to think. Never been to West Haven. I don't think my team played your team. Anyhow, Vermont's Vermont, man. We all get laugh at the same kind of jokes. Have you ever noticed that people from Vermont sort of look like they're from Vermont? Desiree, have you ever noticed that? Hey, the town I grew up in I left had like 578 people in it. I was gone for 25 years, came back to visit, and there were like 690 people, or 590 people, like 20 more. I don't even remember what I asked you, Desiree. Isn't that terrible? You know what? I'm almost over the jet lag, but there's something about jet lag with Philippines, because here's the deal. The first time I went anywhere out of the country for the channel was the Philippines, and the jet lag was devastating. I was only there for like 5 days, but it was really rough coming back. Then I went to, oh yeah, Vermonters do look like Vermonters. Sorry, they do. But I know that I'll be driving around somewhere here in Reno. I'll see somebody with a Vermont plates. I'm like, no way. I'll speed up. I'll look over. I'm like, they're so from Vermont. I can tell just by looking in their window. They usually try to get them to roll the window down so I can tell them that I'm from Vermont. Otherwise, I just look like a lunatic. I don't want that to happen, Anyway, I'll check your channel out, Spicy Mitchell. Buttercup just started watching this week. We love your channel. What's the Buttercup? First of all, welcome, Buttercup. Glad you made it. We've been waiting for you. Who's we? I assume there's more than one of you. That's kind of cool. I'm glad there's more than one, right? There's tons of us. Guys, it's almost done healing. Okay, I'm going to let the cat out of the bag. I'm going to tell you guys something really cool. I won't show it for later, but a good portion of this is in ink that when you're under a black light, it glows. It's the coolest thing. So Buttercup, sister, and I. Awesome. Thank you for checking us out. How about checking me out? Johnny Jr. Flaming Gaming. Throw your link up there, buddy. You guys, listen, if you guys have kids that are into gaming, if you're kind of like me, you're going to love Junior, because Junior's a lot like me. So he'll throw his link up there. It's kind of a gaming, and it's always going to be family friendly. That's Johnny Jr. So you'll never have to worry about him saying anything. And if you ever catch him saying something gnarly or something nasty on the channel, get back to me. I'll handle it. Camera loves Junior's channel. Cool. That's awesome. Yeah, the black light was pretty cool. It hurt so much. You have no idea how much this hurt. Johnny, am I religious? I'm spiritual. I'm not very religious, but I'm a very spiritual dude. You got that right. But man, oh man, that hurt. And it's itchy now. This part's not so bad. It's kind of itchy here. But yes, well, I'll do it. I'll get a black light. It'll be kind of neat. See that? Junior's mostly focusing on Chase the Heat, as you should. How's that the project you're working on? You know what? I'm not gonna go super long today, you guys. I'm sort of cheered up a little bit. Guys, listen. We don't ask for a lot of things. I'm gonna throw a link for Rondo Man. There's a GoFundMe for the family. So I'm gonna put a link for Rondo Man. Keep him in your prayers, man. Rough time. Oh, hey, Junior, you gotta do me a favor. You were calling me after. We have a lot of stuff to talk about. Yeah, it's almost done healing. I kind of like it. My mom's like, she was so disappointed. I'm like, when I was there, she's like, did you come back with ink this time? I went, maybe a little. I said, but it is a flower. It's not a skull or something. So I showed her, and she's like, before you know it, it's going to be down to here. I went, not before you know it. It takes time. I earned those things, man. They didn't hurt. I wouldn't have any. Yeah, my tattoo artist in the Philippines, last 2 tattoos I got, he did this one here. You can't really see it. It's a jeepney. Can you see it's on an angle? It's the #1 transportation in the Philippines, and it goes. It's what it is a former military jeeps, and they drive around in. And that's how the transportation they have, and it says Laboyo on the license plate because that's like bird's eye. It's the #1 pepper in the Philippines. Here's what happened. I went to the guy and I said, "I want you to do me a favor, tattoo something." And I said, well, "You design it, you can tattoo it." And he designed it. He asked me what I like. I said, "Peppers, guitars." So he designed that. He did it. So he did that, and then he did this, and I'm not going to anybody else. Anyway, real quick, Alan has an idea for 50K. Talk to Hot Ones about doing their hot sauce challenge. They do, except they put a twist in it. I could listen. I've never. I think once, maybe way early on, I reached out to them, but I'm not gonna, go to them and bug them. If I ever end up on Hot Ones, I end up on Hot Ones. You know what? It could happen if it's ever gonna happen. It'll happen after the. I almost said the place where it's gonna be after the documentary. You better make sure you call me. Though we got a lot to talk about. They want somebody super famous. That's the problem. Not really famous, but after that, after the documentary happens, they may want me then. So. Excuse me. Yo, Johnny, David Heath. Good to see you, David Heath. We'll stay on for a little bit longer since the gang's all here. I won't spoil the surprise. All right. Anybody have any questions, you guys? Any questions for Junior? Junior, are you nervous about doing the challenges? You throw the answer out there. Because that's the big change for me. Nothing changed for me other than I have my son. I mean, I love you. So other than having you and having the channel the way it's supposed to be, nothing changes for me. But you are going to eat an awful lot of hot stuff. He says not nervous at all. Little bitty town, and it's really weird. It's funny. We'll leave it at Vermont. Here's why. It's getting to the point now where if I start saying where I'm from, people start like, Vermont, small town. Listen to that. Here, Junior. I thought about the second time I go to England, I want to go head to head with the Chili Queen. Love your spirit, son. She's a beast. You watched the video, right? You gotta be kidding me. Scuba diving with peppers for 50K. You know what? It's already something on the drawing board for that. A similar thing, but not really. I know, right? That's what I'm saying, Desiree. Brass is right. You gotta love Johnny Jr.'s heart, though. He's insisting, he's going to eat a pepper during a free fall in his very first skydive ever in New Zealand in March. Actually, we fly out in March. I think it'll be in April, so that'd be kind of fun. We like the chats with your son. Yeah, wait till you see when he's sitting here with me because he's so much fun. It's got to make the live streams. I'm thinking this is what I'm thinking. We need to do 2 of the epic live streams a year. We do those at Casa Relaxo, Desiree Donovan's place. So we'll 2 major ones there a year, and we'll do like 4 medium range live streams in the middle at our place. Because when you do those 26-hour ones, you need Desiree Donovan there. They're brutal. You have no idea, Junior. I know you do all-nighters with gaming and stuff like that, but okay, so Johnny said, I swear I'll scarf them down and hold down the pain. I'm good at that by suffering for your entertainment. He's got that part of it right. We've seen Johnny Jr. a few times. Always been fun. Looking forward to getting together long term. He's been in. The truth is, Junior, how many are you in? You're probably in like 50 videos, maybe 60 altogether. Maybe 50. There's a lot. You've been in a lot of them. My favorite of Johnny Jr. is a couple. The first time we got an endorphin rush was pretty cool. That was a good one. But when Johnny Jr. Did the 10 drops of malicious intent, that was good. He was like on the verge of freaking out. And I felt so bad during that video until you started getting to the point where it was like, you're like, okay, that was kind of cool. But I think Junior's a beast like his dad. He's a good guy. Jesse, he's a good dude. The latest hot pot I had, I think it started with a P. It was the Primo Tali. What a 7-pot Primo Cross with Jigsaw Fatale. Hottest pot I've had all year. What if I review some sauce and record it on a phone? Can I upload it to the channel?
Yes.
Excuse me. Yes, you can do that. Just let me check it out first. Also, I got to know what sauces you have. Listen, you're going to be very, very busy when you're here. So if I were you, you can do that. We'll talk tonight when you call. Will it be available to everybody? To everyone? I'm not. Are you talking about? I'm not sure what you're talking about. Anything that I ever do is always available to everybody. What is the hottest thing I've ever eaten? By the Scoville ratings, the hottest thing I've ever eaten is 16 million Scoville pure extract crystals. But 9 million Scoville plutonium burned me more. And three tubes of terror hurt me more. So it's kind of weird. Yeah, Alan, he's got the Scoville family genes, no doubt about it. Glad you like the positivity. It's kind of, you know why I'm like that, Jack? I gotta tell you something. I don't like negative people, so I find that the more positive I am, I sort of repel negative people. They don't like being around me. It's a good thing. And it sort of attracts positive people. So I attract people that are like me, and I get rid of people. I kind of repel people that are not like me. It's such a solid way to go, man. It just makes sense to me. See, he's a good dad. Easy to tell. Just thank you, Jesse Jones. I appreciate you saying that. It's awfully kind of you. Do I have any issues with my stomach? Nope, not a bit. Not even a little. I don't know. I don't know. I thought I had ulcers when I was like 17, but I haven't had a problem since I really started hitting it hard. So, yeah, the tuba-terra peanuts are brutal. The longest burn. The extracts. Drinking a bottle of extracts. It's the longest burn. Brutal. You know what? The drinking a bottle of Doom. That was a long, brutal one. No relation to Scoville. Same name. No relation. It's not a dumb question at all. We get it all the time. Rise on the top together. Love you, man. Found us relatively recently in the grand scheme of things. Very big part of the channel, man. Part of the family. Thank you. Appreciate it. Judy's gonna have a peanut right now. Thinking of trying the 12 million Scoville Wilshire Farm Chili Regret. You know the funny thing? I've not tried that one yet. Here's the thing about all those extracts. They're all misused. So they have a really bad reputation. You know, you don't drink them the way I drink them. Bad idea. It's kind of silly. Did you know, it's kind of a crazy challenge. I did because I saw somebody else try, and I wanted to do something, you know. At any rate, they have their place. If you put extract as an additive in chili or something, little bit, it can work. But the problem with here's the truth of it. Problem with extract is one drop over the line, and it's garbage. If I can smell extract in the sauce, I typically don't like it. And if I can taste it, can't stand it. Hate it. Well, that said, I love the burn. It's got a great, amazing burn, which is fun. So the next stop, you guys, on the Chase the Heat World Tour. By the way, the Chase the Heat World Tour is available. Got to check that out. It's in the description box after this is uploaded. You'll see it in the description box. I'm going to I Like It Hot in Largo, flying out 9/11, 8 days from today. I'll be at the Seriously Hot booth with my friend Tom Broom. Kind of excited about that. What is the most memorable moment I've had recording my channel? Dad's doing better. Had a good day today. Rising to the top. Thank you. Most memorable moment. You know, there's 1,269 videos. There's been so many. I don't know. That's one of the things we're working on right now is a best of compilation. Jeff Coy, can I take a moment to talk about the bomb as a hot sauce? Man, I can talk. I can certainly take a moment to talk about it, Jeff. I won't say many nice things about Devon. If it weren't for Hot Ones, First We Feast, they would have gone out of business years ago. And that's no joke. I think it tastes terrible. I don't like their peanuts are the only thing they've ever made that I've liked. It's the disruptor round in the Hot Ones, and they're not going to ever eliminate it because it's the disruptor round. They say it only has 750,000 Scoville heat units, but it burns you more than anything else in that lineup. Super fan meet and greet. I don't know, Jesse Jones. It's a weird thing to even hear. Super fan. We're family. Super fam, not fan. I'm just playing with you. I don't know. I love meet and greets. They're fun. They usually end up being just like wherever the festival is where the meet and greet ends up being. You know what I mean? But so the next one is in Largo, 9 fly out on 9/11. Isn't that great? Desiree's like she's like calls me. She's like, Johnny, do you mind flying out on 9/11? I'm like, bring it. Not a problem at all. All right, guys. So we'll be there. If you guys are in the area, please come out and say hi. That'll be fun. It's nice because since we started the channel, we haven't been to that part of the country. So we have a lot of Scoville family down there. So it's gonna be like a big old family reunion. You know, they always are. They're like family reunions. Junior, I can't wait for you to go on one, man. Wait till you go to an event like that, and it really, really feels. There's Alex, my mailman. It really does feel like Desiree's gonna be there also. Nothing good ever happens when she and I get together. I mean, in a nice way. Great things happen. You know, it was really funny. Since she's been with me since I started the channel. 646, right? I think she was 646 was when she subscribed. But she's known me since I was 16. So, but I mean, we've had some that, it's been a crazy time. Call her out of the blue. I'm like, hey, I'm going to jump out of an airplane next month and eat peppers. And instead of someone saying, why in the world would you want to do that? She's like, I'll set it up tomorrow. How cool is that? Because usually, I told people I was going to do it. I only told a few people. They're like, I don't know. It seemed like a very good idea. She's just like, done. Next day, she's like, you're all set. Actually, I had to reach out to them, make sure they allowed it. But within one day, it was done. This is a wicked channel. #1 in my books. What a nice thing to say, Rise to the Top together. Thank you. You know why the channel is great? Because of you guys, man. Show's about you. It's the truth. But at the end of all this, please remember, at the end of all this, there's going to be a link to Rondo Man's GoFundMe. If you can help, please do. It's hard to get your head around the grief that family's going through right now. I can't. I met him in Chicago. Just a big dude. Grabbed life by the larynx, So, Patrick Hooker, man, good to see you. Scott, good to see you. Ruben, good to see you. What would I consider the hottest pepper now? The hottest, Ruben Zuniga, the hottest pepper I've ever eaten is the Primatali, grown by Jimmy Pickles. It's a cross between a seven pot Primo and a Fatali Jigsaw. I don't know if it was a rogue, weird, freak pepper, but it was by far the hottest pepper I've ever eaten. So Gimp Walk 192 found the family at 13,000. Almost at halfway, pretty close. I think Jeff Coy says, I think 90% of the channel of why the channel is so good is your attitude and your mods. Yeah, the mods are gold. People are good if you give them a chance and chase off the trolls. You know what? Yeah, we have great people. There's no doubt about it. Yeah, it's an amazing family. No matter where you are, that similar vibe. It's almost like going to a dead show. It's a fact. There's that everybody's there for the same reason. That vibe. It's pretty amazing. Let's see. Just ate a scorpion today after watching you. I will stick to watching you from now on. Man, what was your lead up, Pepper Grant? You didn't just Grant Marshall you didn't just jump in and eat a scorpion. Did you kind of work your way up? I hope you did. Um, Patrick Hooker, my man. Good to see you, dude. I'm a Rush head. Chris, boy, so am I. The first first album I ever bought with my own money was 2112. Okay. Stagna, would you mind telling us a story about something that isn't spice related? We love the hot takes. That might be fun. What a story. Trying to think. The middle finger story. Alan, you like that story, man? Yeah. Temple of Syrinx is pretty amazing. Yeah, it's a pretty funny story. I'll tell the finger story. I was in high school. I went to a small town. Desiree, remember right by remember where the rec center, that parking lot right there, right before the bridge, right there. We were doing a car wash. It's even funnier now because like Desiree was like, probably no, she could have been there to watch it. I don't think she was, but we were doing a car wash. I don't know what it was for. This big car drove by. It looked like something. It was just a big, gigantic four-door sedan. It's brutal. I'm like, hey, stop pulling at your car wash. And the guy says no. So, like an idiot, like a juvenile moron, punk, I give the finger to this guy. And he slammed on the brakes. The minute I heard the brake, his car nosed one of these things. And he slapped it in reverse and backed up. And I was paralyzed. The thing inside was going, run, run, run. He's going to kill you. I was paralyzed. I couldn't move. I was just like, he backed in, like swung in the car in like TJ Hooker style, slammed into park, jumps out of the car, runs around and grabs me. He stands in front of me first and goes, he looks at me, he gives me the finger. You know what this, he goes, I'm not gonna say the town I'm from, but he goes, you know what that means, right? I said, no. It means I think you're tougher than me. Do you want to find out? I said, no, I do not. And all my friends are there. And he grabbed me by the shirt like this and just slapped me. I don't know how many times. It may have only been two. It was more than one. It was probably two or three, but it felt like a weekend of him beating me. Like slow motion, like, no. And he slapped me in the face like three times and then let me go. And then got in his car and drove away. And I was just like, I was mortified, but more than being embarrassed, I was so thankful that he didn't kill me because he could have killed me. He was he was tall and super skinny. In retrospect, he wasn't a very tough guy, and he shouldn't have smacked me around. But I had it coming. I deserved it. So, like 20 years later, I'm with Desiree. You've heard the story probably. I'm with Tommy. I don't know if you heard this one, Johnny Jr. But I'm with Tommy, my brother, and we're driving around. There's like four of us. I think there's at least four, maybe five, in a big SUV, like a SUV, a Blazer or something. We're driving around, and we're on this road in Little Cottonwood Canyon, in Utah. They call it Seven Sisters Road because there are seven corners, each one gnarlier than the last, and it's just amazing. And I'm telling you, they're blind corners. I mean, when you go around the corner, you can't see anything what's coming around the corner, you know? So we're driving along, and this guy out of nowhere starts passing us on the wrong side of the road, like on a double line. And like we're going around a corner, and if there's a truck in the way, he's toast, and we're all going to die probably. So he pulls in, and we're like, oh, so we beat the horn at the guy, and the guy gives us the finger. I was in the back. I remember going, how much gas do we have? Quickly, how much gas do we have? Tell me. It's all I cared about. They said, we got a full tank. I'm like, follow him. Follow that car. I don't care where, if he goes to Arizona, follow him. So we followed him. It's so funny. We didn't really follow him far. I swear, my recollection was it could have only been like, seriously, 5 or 10 minutes. We got past the Seven Sisters. And Alan, you're so funny. So he pulls as we're driving, and his car starts swerving just straight away, but his car is swerving, and they're like, what's he doing? I'm like, he's running out of gas. He's trying to slosh his gas around. And right then there was this big pull off. So he pulls off into this in the middle of the pull off and stops his car. So I'm like fighting to get out of the car. I couldn't get out of that car fast enough. I run up to his window. I'm like, get out of the car. And he's like, no. I'm like, get out of the car. And he's like, doors locked, windows up. He's like visually distressed. I'm not a little guy, you know, and I was the smallest guy in that car. And they're all, I'm sure they were laughing their skulls off. I know Tommy was dying. But anyway, so he looks at me. I'm like, put your hand out. Well, first I threatened. I told him I was going to break the window and pluck him out. And he got really scared. I said, hold your hand out. And he goes, what? I said, hold your hand out. And his hand was doing this. I said, kind of a dumb idea to give somebody the finger, isn't it? He went, yeah. I said, let me tell you where I come from. I'm flashing back to this beating I took. I said, where I came from, that means I think I'm tougher than you are. Do you want to find out? He's like, no. I'm like, are you ever going to give anybody the finger ever again? He's like, no. Then, so I turn around, I start walking back to the car. I'm already giggling. I'm laughing already to the car. I'm seeing them. They're all laughing at me. And the guy goes, hey, I look back and he's got his window rolled down. He's holding a gas can. He goes, can you drive me to a gas station? So I'm like, no, man, you can, that's your punishment. You can walk there. Anyway, that's my middle finger joke. Don't ever give anybody the middle finger. It's, first of all, it's one of those universal things. It's when you're a little kid, it's power. You realize that without saying a word from across the room, you can get you can convey something. You can evoke an emotion. And little kids, they're stupid. They don't think. Don't ever do that. It's a bad thing. That's a different one. That's a Johnny Jr. That's a different one. Where your daughter, she was just being, I told that last time, I think. She was just cranky as can be. Just really being like she was practicing being older. She was just, I mean, out of nowhere, just angry. So I said, hey, what is your problem? She looks at me, she goes, what's your problem? And it just tickled me. I could be mad. I ended up laughing. We both ended up laughing. Everything was fine. Anyway, listen, let's wrap this up, you guys. See, if you guys have never tuned into a live stream, it's kind of like that, but for 26 hours. Shane, I could sit there and listen to Johnny tell stories for days. Listen, that's what my dad's like. You know what I mean? My dad's it's a lost art telling stories. Junior's got it. He's got that ability. But my dad, you got to understand, I grew up with him. You have any idea what novelty it was being his kid? Oh, ask Desiree. She knows what it was like. My dad's a legend. When I say he's a legend, I was saying to somebody today, such a thrown around word. It's so overused. If I had a nickel for every time somebody called me a legend the last couple of years, I'd be like a wealthy guy. I mean, I'm not a legend. Ask Desiree. My dad is a legend. I mean, a real legit legend. And that's no joke, man. I remember he was 45 years old playing summer lacrosse. We're on a lacrosse team together. Summer lacrosse, running around with guys that were less than half his age, knocking people down and stuff, and just the greatest athlete that ever lived, man. So he's a legend. That's for real. Anyhow, he's the one who taught me how to tell a good story. I kind of learned just from listening to him. His charisma runs through my veins. If you've watched some of the videos of my dad, you can tell, Yeah, it was a funny one. Jeff Coy. Yeah, I've told that one a few times. Papa Scoville is a legend, man. There's no doubt. Steven Sanchez, Scotland. Good to see you, man. Can you imagine the very first middle finger? What if the caveman got that? Well, just, it legitimately is, no joke, one of the only universal symbols. I mean, I don't care where you go, you shine somebody the bird. You know what they mean? Hey, thank you so much. Stango. I'm not saying it right, but thank you so much, man. Hey, Shane Smithson, thank you so much for hanging with us. Appreciate it. Honestly, thank you. Brad Hebert, thank you for joining us, man. I'm good. Thank you for asking, man. Rafael Madla, greetings from the Philippines, man. You know what? You gotta do me a favor. I'm not sure if it's in the hotel I was staying at or at Whitehall or Whitehall where the space was where we did the event. But I left a chunk of my heart somewhere there, and I did a little bit the first time, left a little bit more the second time. I'll be back. I think hope maybe in April to get it. You know, it was really funny, Junior. Make sure you call me. We got stuff to talk about. Tommy Kessler, how are things going? Going good, man. Thank you for asking me. Good night, Steven Sanchez. Thanks for hanging with us. Appreciate it. Again, Raphael, thank you. Yeah, you guys are great, man. I had so much fun in Manila. Man, oh man. Does Dad like spicy foods? You know what? I would have said no to you before I started the channel, but he sort of flirts with it more than most. You know what I mean? I think, hey, see you around. Who had a split? Take care. Jeremy, split. Take care, dude. Thanks for hanging out with us, man. Cletus Ray is having connections issues. Or maybe you're talking to Cletus Ray. Thank you for your prayers. I appreciate it. All right, we're going to wrap this up. Everybody's kind of logging off. He's not a super us, but he certainly likes a bit of heat. That's a fact, Jeff Coy. Lou Wall, thanks, brother. Anybody have any last questions? Roman Filer, boy, the family's here, man. Like a story where he says, I feel good. Which one is that? I'm not sure, Jeff. Remind me of that one. My favorite hot sauce. One last thing. Thank you, Desiree. It's you and me, Junior. What's my favorite hot sauce? One last thing. I don't really have a favorite hot sauce. Whatever hot sauce I'm using on whatever meal I'm eating at the moment is my favorite. Junior Scoville. Thank you, Hannah. Wish I could give you a hug. Love you. Brian Am, shut up. An honor. You guys don't know Brian Ams, but subscribed to you a long time ago, my man. You guys got to watch Brian Ams. Go subscribe to his channel. That's a beast right there. You guys want to know something? Like who motivates me? There's a dude who motivates me. Very cool. Could I pick one? If I had to pick one, boy, you're a tough one. Let me see if I can think of it. You know, I really like Deverandum. It's one of my favorite sauces. Really is a great sauce. I always have had a real problem when somebody makes the sauce and they say, well, my favorite is my favorite sauce is the one I make. And my sauce hasn't even legitimately launched yet. It doesn't until October. But my mango sauce, we worked it a little bit. I got to tell you, it's mango. It's got a little bit of pineapple in it, so it's amazing. And I hate to say it, but I'm really, really fond of that sauce. I wouldn't say it's one of my favorites though. Swampadelic, I love Swampadelic a lot. I love Fear This a lot. I love all the Hellboy sauces from Hellfire a lot, with the exception of Doom. I have a great deal of respect for Doom, but I wouldn't say I like it a lot. Rise in the Top says, I speak for everyone when you make us feel a part of your journey. My brother, you make me feel like I'm a part of yours. I tell you, thank you for saying that. But Reaper on without any social media. Matt Pate, I don't know how you can, because the only way I can get them is through, I think, Facebook. So I'm really sorry. But thank you for saying that, Rise in the Top. We have a great family, and channels, it's really funny. I was talking to my nephew Scoville 2 days ago, walking out of the hospital. We were there spending the day with my dad, and we were leaving, and we were talking about the channel, and it's like the whole thing is just a weird thing, because he knew me before the channel, obviously, So this is kind of new for him too. And he said that he thinks the thing that makes it special is that everybody feels like they're part of something, they're part of it. And the thing about it is, you guys are. It would be nothing without you. You know what I mean? And that's really the absolute, utter, wicked truth of the whole thing. So when you guys, Chris, you're so sweet. You have an amazing channel. We have an amazing family, is what it is. I mean, you know why it's very unusual? It's very unusual. I could sit here and really not need a mod. Most people are so cool. You know what I mean? We have such a great family. I don't know what it is about Peppers, but we just attract the finest people in the world. You know what I mean? Really, some of the greatest people. I'm one of those lucky guys. I'm very, very fortunate. Someone asked earlier, what do you do for a living? This is what I do for a living. This is my career. So I'm very, very lucky. I'm the luckiest person you'll ever know. But for some reason, I have so many amazing people like you guys in my life. Everywhere I go, it doesn't matter where I go, what part of the world, what part of the country. I mean, it really makes no difference. I get off a plane, there's people there that are like part of the family. And it's like, can't wait for a junior to feel what that feels like. It's the strangest feeling in the world. Because a lot of it, like right now, Junior, your experience with the whole channel is very, very virtual. You know what I mean? A real virtual thing. You know, we have this amazing family, but they're right there virtually. When you walk into a event center or a big location and every single person there knows who you are, you know, it's not uh, it's not cyber anymore. It's not you know what I mean? That's real. That's like that's real. And that's like the most hard to believe feeling in the world. So I'm really looking forward to seeing what that's like for you. Kind of excited for you. It's a pretty cool experience, you know. Johnny, I thought it was truly an amazing experience when your dad first sat in. Then your mom kind of did. Yeah, they just said, now your nephew. Yeah, it's pretty cool. Most people really, you know what? And my sister, yep. I still have a sister that's not been on, and Tommy hasn't been on yet. Tommy's moving here soon, so you'll be meeting him. It'll be awesome. But you know, it's really interesting. They're all really supportive now. But if I'd gone to all of them before I started the channel and say, "Hey, I'm going to start a YouTube channel about eating hot stuff," that's why you have a dream, don't listen. Don't even. You know what? If you really have a dream, tuck it away in there. Let it burn and make it happen. But if you tell somebody, you know what they're going to do? Sad. They're going to tell you can't do it. It's really fun. I don't know where we start lying to people, but when they're little, you tell them you can do anything you want. At some point, little kids stop believing that. When does that happen? When life gives you enough blows that you just say, screw it, they were lying to me. Well, they weren't lying to you. Life can, you can do anything you want. It's got to believe in yourself. You know what I mean? It's kind of it. But all the whole family's super crazy supportive now, but they never would have been when I first started. You know what I mean? That's one thing that was really neat about everybody who has a channel that's successful. You know what we all have in common? We all did it by accident mostly. I don't think anyone sits out and like, I don't know. I think it was mostly by accident, but we all right here, we all believe in ourselves and nobody else did. You know, it's easy to find people that believe in me now, but man, when you first put that first video up and you're like, I'm gonna call it Chase the Heat. You know, you have no idea. Then you just like running the flag up the flagpole and see if anybody salutes it. But if you believe in yourself and you have fun and you have a good attitude, man, the only thing you're limited to is your mind. That is the truth. It's like end on this. I go by feel. Usually Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. Everything's kind of off because my dad's in the hospital. So usually Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. But I'm going to talk just for a flash second about the secret. And there's some people like, oh, whatever, just throw things up in the air and it comes back to you. I got to tell you something. Quantum physics. Let's go way back. If you took an electron microscope and you zoomed in right where my fingers and this tin can meet, you would see that the actual atoms, I mean, you get down to the smallest particles, the actual atoms that create my finger are interswirling with the can. I'm becoming part of the cans, become part of me. They're the identical atoms. And as I'm holding this, I'm part of this can, and this can's part of me. I put it down, it stops. But your attitude and your feelings, I don't care what people say. I know it's like, oh, here we go. Whatever you put out, it's going to come back. And here's, in essence, the whole thing to the secret is a lot of you heard about it. Whatever you think about the most, whatever you fixate on the most, this is the gospel truth, you're going to become. If you're always woe is me, why do I not have? Then you're just going to bring more of that into your life. That's all there is to it. If you believe, if you focus every single day on some sort of thing that you're working on being a success at, it's impossible that you'll ever be a failure. If you every single day you focus on something. You know what I mean? So whatever you think about the most is what you become. Now here's where the tricky part comes in. Whatever you feel the most is what you draw into your life. Now, there's the rub. And here's why. The natural default mechanism of human beings, like the human experience, is not to be joyful and happy about stuff we don't have. You know what I mean? It's not like, man, I'm so excited that I have a Ferrari and a great job. You know, people are woe is me. And you got to be super excited about it's an attitude of gratitude. The minute you shift your focus and you're super excited about things that you have, you'll start realizing. Like I started living my life years and years ago. This is the truth. I keep saying I'm going to end my channel on this, but I promise I'll end it on this. And here's my challenge for all you do this. Just try to do it for 24 hours. I give you my word. There's only 52 of us watching, 51 of us. Somebody just dropped off. Stick on. Don't hang up. You stay right where you are. We're all going to do an experiment. There's 51 of us. I promise you, in the next 24 hours, this is going to work for somebody. I want every one of us to absolutely believe that in the next 24 hours, something absolutely spectacular is going to happen to you. I promise you it will. I believe that all the time. I live every single day, like at any moment, something unbelievable is going to happen to me. And you're not going to believe what happens. When you live your life like that, all kinds of unbelievable things happen to you. Try me. We'll reconvene and we won't go live tomorrow, but we'll go live in a day. Tell me if you promise you, somebody's going to go, oh my God, Johnny, you were right. Then there's 52 of us now. So somebody didn't hear it. But the next 24 hours, thank you, man. Appreciate you so much. Thank you. You got to tell me how to say your name because I know I'm not saying it right. But anyway, you guys are awesome. In the next 24 hours, you expect something absolutely amazing to happen to you. I swear to you it will. Here's the spooky part. The converse of that is if you live the next 24 hours thinking, where's the shoe going to drop? Something bad's going to happen. Guess what? So which one do you want? It's Seango. Seango. I like it. Oh, stay on go. Sorry. Stay and go. Stay and go. There you go. Stay and go. All right, stay and go. Thank you so much for helping me out. You guys are awesome. You are my family. I was bummed out when we started this. This is what family does. We come together. So say prayers for a rando man. After it's going to take a few minutes for this to process. When it does, I'll put links either here or somewhere on here for rando man and his and the GoFundMe. If you guys can help, please do. And say prayers for his family. It doesn't cost a dime for that. Love you guys a lot. I'm Johnny Scoville. This was a fun chase loop.